Hello, everyone, and welcome back to my challenge, Spin the Globe and Draw. This is day number fourth, and it's the last day of the week. So, yeah, one week done. Well done on me, and hope everyone has joined this challenge, has enjoyed the first one, the first week. Um, Hello, I'm streaming today. I'm a bit late, so I apologize for this. I had to run home and set up my stuff and get ready for the stream. So I'm 15 minutes late. Um, but I hope today we have a few more people, and I'm streaming both on YouTube and on Instagram as well. Although on Instagram, hello guys, I don't have the front camera, so you can't see me in person. But I will be able to read your messages. But if you want to join and chat with me and do a more interactive sketch session, I welcome you to join my YouTube channel. And from there, I will be able to reply to your messages in live because I've got a big screen in front of me. So now I'm trying to move everything on YouTube, but I will keep still the Instagram channel open. And that being said, let's get started. So today I changed a little bit of the setup. So if you guys are watching me on YouTube, you should be able to see a new screen, and where I've got the my sketchpad in front of me, and my iPad where I've got the reference image of today's challenge, and a little bit of a chat screen on the top left hand side with a little bit logo. So to put a little bit of context in the screen, and below on the top bottom left hand side, you have my image in live. And yeah, this is my little setup. I try to do something more professional, let's say, and I hope you like it. Of course, a lot of room to improve. Uh, and yeah, let's start with the fourth challenge of this month. So today's challenge has been submitted by Wilson, I think that's the name, on Instagram, and is the Vancouver Tower. It's called Vancouver House actually, and is in Vancouver, as the main name said. And it's a very particular tower. I've seen this new architecture before, so I hope you guys can see my iPad screen here. So it's a very strange tower from this perspective because has only three sides where it's grounded to the ground. This is landing to the ground, and the fourth side is actually open. So you have three points of support, which normally in an architecture, in a building, you will expect both four sides of the building touch down on the ground. But this one is defying all the rules of the gravity and all rules of physics. So it's quite interesting from this point of perspective. So thanks very much, Wilson, for submitting these entries. It's very interesting for me to sketch. So I know this building is done by BIG. He's a famous architect, Danish architect, and he has done a few more architecture like this shape, and almost his architecture is very volumetric. It's very interesting under the point of view of the massing. It's always have this strange shape, and it's very interesting shapes that question you how it stands up. So yeah, that being said, let's get started. So I'm using. Oh, let me guys, if you can see and hear me, all right. I'm just having a look on Instagram. Yeah, everyone is doing all right. Yeah, I hope there are more people following today. and sketching with me today. I will try to sketch. I will try to do the drawing within 45 minutes as usual, but I know I will be taking more time probably. Yeah, but I hope to keep within that time frame. So I'll be using my Montblanc Meisterstuck 146 with black ink on Fabriano A5 sketchpad, and I've got a little bit padding underneath this to give a little bit color of the background, because today I moved my settings. I've got just a white table. It's quite plain, so I decided to put some color underneath to frame the size of the sketch. That's always useful to have. So yeah, let's start it. So this is the image I just found on Google Maps. It's a Google Street View. I just took a screenshot. The image I've got on Instagram is probably from the same angle, but this one is during the day, and that one on Instagram is during the night. But the angle is the same. So you guys are free to either sketch from this one you can find on Google Map, or from the one I uploaded on Instagram. They have exactly the same angle. I've got this one which has more context, which is widescreen, is horizontal landscape format. But I'm gonna adapt this on the portrait mode as usual. So I will be having roughly this type of crop. And since the tower is very tall, it's a tower, so it frames very nice on the portrait mode, I will keep the tower on the right hand side, and you will have a little bit sky to give some rooms to the title, and the horizon line will be very low in the image. It's almost like below the third, because if you can see, this is as I hope you can see on iPad. If roughly this is my frame, yeah, I almost want to put this architecture on the right hand side of the screen, so you have plenty of space for title and the background and the bridge that ends up in this portion of the screen. Is perfectly framing the sky. I think I like this composition quite a lot. It's an L-shaped composition, so you can almost say can frame the sky by this L-shaped composition here. So now that I've chosen, the composition, the framing, let's get started. So I've got my lower, the horizon line in the lower portion of the third. So it's roughly in here, I say. Yep. And yeah, let's populate this sketch. Let me guys know if you can see everything. Is everything all right? So how have you been doing? How was your Sunday? Is it a chilled one? Did you relax at home, or did you go somewhere? Did you watch Netflix? Like, let me know, guys. So, oh yeah, one important thing that I'm keen to share with you guys is when you are sketching from photographs, like this one actually, it's a perfect example. When you're sketching from a photograph and you see the scene from below, and therefore you will have a perspective that goes into 3 different points. So it's called 3 points perspective. In this case, you can see the vertical line of the tower is not actually vertical to the frame. If you can see, this tower here is leaning almost towards the left. So if you draw this line and all the way to the end, you can see they are all converging towards one point, which is a vanishing point on the top. So in this case, I normally don't do 3 points perspective on my sketch. I tend to just stretch it in order to make it a 2 points perspective, which has all the vertical lines vertical and the horizontal lines horizontal, and just the lines that are going away from the observer, these are on perspective lines and goes to a vanishing point somewhere in the image. It's quite complicated to explain, but if you have followed my online class, it's actually explained quite well there. And if you have any question about these perspective things, just let me know in the comments, and I'm happy to cover that in the next session, or I will reply you on Instagram. So I hope by drawing it you will understand this more. So what I'm referring when I said to draw all the vertical line vertical is basically, for example, I'm drawing this line here now, and this line I will say is roughly in here. So I want to have the right line of the building roughly in here, and this line in my sketch will be vertical, which means it's parallel to the side of my drawing, like this. I don't want to draw this tower actually, so this tower will be outside. So this line, instead of leaning towards one side, it will be vertical. And all the lines actually that is vertical here will appear to be parallel to this line. I hope that makes sense, but it is not easy to understand if you haven't got any knowledge of perspective before. So don't worry about that. And all the lines that goes towards, like away from the observer, which are all these lines that goes further away, these are all converging to a vanishing point that is exactly where this the observer who took this photograph is looking at. So it's roughly in here. So that means that all the lines that, like the balcony on the side, these lines are all goes to somewhere in here. So this is the horizon line where my eye levels is, and I will draw all the lines converging to this point. Oh, my iPad is gone. For example, the top I want to be in here, and then this one goes to here, so it's roughly that. And then, like for example, these lines of the building actually is slightly above of the eye of the observer, so it will do like that. And all the horizontal line, it should be horizontal, so this line on the top, I want it to be roughly in here, and it's parallel to the top part of the top edge of the paper. And well, this tower is unusual because it doesn't have the left portion of the edge. The left part of the tower actually bends in, so it's really weird tower. So it goes like that somehow from here to here with a funny shape. You guys can do this in pencil first. I go straight to with ink. So it actually does that. And then the edge behind, it does that. It's almost like halfway in this curve. So it's roughly in here. So that edge actually is parallel to this one because it's vertical. So I would draw it vertical. Yeah, roughly like that. And then from this level, you have this edge of the roof of the building is slightly tilted, so it goes down. Actually, this is not easy to draw at all. I think the challenge of this sketch is all about the composition of the tower, and once you've done that, you've done like 70% of the sketch. So this edge is in here, and this roof is bended as well. It's like tilted, has a fall towards the left-hand side. And then all these lines, which should be parallel to the viewer, it should be horizontal. So, which means it's parallel to the horizon line here. And then you have the ground, the curb. Well, actually, this is the ground line of the building, and the curb is in front of it. And to carry on, I just want to establish the line of the first level here, slightly above the observer, and goes towards the vanishing point. And then the bridge as well. The bridge is slightly, it's not parallel to this side of the building. I think it's angled a little bit, so it doesn't go right to the vanishing point, but it's angled a little bit, so it's roughly like this. Yeah, I think it's nice. And then here you have plenty of ground. Road actually is intersection. It's a junction here, so you have plenty of space to put cars and pedestrians, etc. I'm actually thinking to put a person in the foreground that is walking towards the building. So that will give a nice feeling that the viewer is part of the composition as well. So when you put a person right in front of viewers, the viewers will feels like it's part of the drawing. So it's more immersive. That's why I normally always do. So I will start maybe to leave a little bit of space for that person. So I want to draw that person quite close to the viewer. So I'll put the shoulder here. That occupies a good portion of the road. So I won't need to worry to fill up this empty space with something. So, and then the head will be roughly in here. And then you have a load of lines that converging to the vanishing point here. Yeah, okay. I think I'm happy about this composition. Actually, the road in here is not straight and leveled. It's not all on the same level. If you can see, this is the level of the road, and it's raised. I mean, the road goes down. There is a level change in here, so it's ramping down. So I want to express that as well. But I think it's fine for now. Let's put the car later on. So let's focus on the tower then. So I want to, it has a lot of texture in here. It's a funny shape. I don't want to draw every one of them. I just want to keep express the horizontal line of this. So we'll draw a series of horizontal lines. Oh, sorry, I missed the chat actually. Ed the Liu. Hi, Andrea. Hi, Ed. How are you? Are you drawing with me today? And where are you calling from? And Barely Zhang. Thank you for letting me know that everything's all good. And Instagram people, how are you doing? Kevin Ender, hi. Hello, how are you? Thanks for joining. Ed, you're just watching? That's fine, that's perfect. I hope everything is set up in the right way that you can understand from the screen. Let me know if you have any thoughts or any comments about that. I will carry on with this sketch in the meantime. Uh, so, oh, actually, this room feels super hot. I prefer where I was the last time. I was in the living room, but yeah, today I felt that my computer was already set up in my room, so I kept where it is. So let's draw this building a little bit and carry on with the horizontal lines. So I always do these broken lines because I know that maybe I will need to like connect this line in a certain way. So if I draw a solid line, I won't be able to change in the future. And this roughly does this. I add, how's Brussels? It's getting warmer. In London today is pretty warm. I actually been in Brussels once a long time ago. I went to the atomium, the bolts, the atoms building that was for the expo. And at the time I wasn't sketching, so I regret. I wanted to always go back and sketch that maybe one day. So here you have this series of balcony that's define the edge of this building. So I want to express that for sure. So I am gonna draw. So it's actually one every two. We draw the balcony first. So these balcony lines all going to the vanishing point here. Actually, it's very inky now. I need something. Have some paper. So this all goes to this line. So I roughly will draw a series of expected line. Then in here as well, on the other side, you have a balcony. Probably the facade does the same on this side. So you have little balcony here, here. So I want to catch these vertical elements as well. It does like a brick type of texture. So I will simplify it and just do like that. And maybe I won't draw all of them. It was just we'll just draw a portion and leave the rest a bit more vague, so it doesn't look too heavy at the end. I need to change the timing of the screen. I think it's not great that the screen turn off every 5 minutes. Yeah, I think this is enough to hint to the texture of the facade. Maybe I will add some more horizontal line in between. Sometimes the key of a balanced drawing is not to draw everything, but choose what to show. And the drawing is not reality actually, so it's fine that you omit something because is a interpretation from the artist. So you decide what to put in the sketch, and if you want to put everything on the sketch, then just take a photograph rather than drawing. So I think it's good that the artist choose deliberately to omit something. Oh, the city center is great for sketching. Oh, nice. Yeah, I will definitely go to visit it one day. Have you submitted any drawing, any location for the next challenges at, or anyone's following now? If you haven't, do that now so you'll be able to have that location featured in the next challenge. So just send me a Google pin or a photograph of the place you want me to draw. And if I haven't been there and if I haven't sketched that before, I'll be happy to pick that as the next location for the challenge. And actually, thank you very much, guys, for submitting all this. We have many more submission now, um, and uh, I went through a selection to pick up the places that I haven't been or I haven't sketched before, and some of them are really interesting. So I will let you know along like on the course of these 2 days, on Instagram to which one I will choose. And yeah, I hope your one will be featured in the future. So I'm now drawing the roof, and I want to set these lines first. And actually, this one on top is going towards the vanishing point there. And then this building is actually quite challenging. None of these edges goes towards the vanishing points. So yeah, you need to just be a bit creative and make it look right. Doesn't need to be 100% geometrically right in your sketch. And then the vertical lines here is quite important as well. Here you have some bottoms, some mullions on the top is missing. And you have the logo of the shop here. It's very like it's very architectural. This drawing is all about architectural elements. And actually, are any one of you guys architect, by the way? I just curious to know what's your background. So this one here is the ground line. So it's actually there. So this line goes to the vanishing point, so that's easy. And then the actual ground goes down because the observer is higher than the end of the road in here. So we have some street lights, and there is a street light here. With some street lamp here. And then I will fill this part with people and cars, so I will leave this at the end. The one thing I want to catch maybe is to catch just the light, so the left portion of this building, to actually frame it, and maybe that can be part of the framing as well. So yeah, I think that could be a nice idea. So the building actually starts here, lower because it's in perspective, and just to remember that the vertical line is vertical. And you have all these balconies, which could be interesting to have. And so this side, the front side of this building, is actually in here. One thing I do when I draw vertical lines is to have the edge of the paper as a guide, and using my finger here, I can guide almost my pen, and I don't need to worry about keeping this straight, because this guides helps me to, my finger helps me to draw the line exactly parallel, sorry, to the edge. So it's a nice trick that I learned to use. So I want to catch this building as well. It's always nice to have some building that's goes away in the towards the horizon. It almost gives more depth to the drawing. And then somewhere in here is the city skyline. And yeah, I wanted to catch the balconies here actually, so I will draw a series of horizontal segments in here to roughly draw where the balconies are. It doesn't need to be precise, just to give the idea that there are some elements on the facade. I think that's enough. And then I think I will use the shading afterwards to highlight these elements. For now, it's fine. And then we have this facade that is in here. But actually, I want now draw the frame on this side. So this is the frame of my drawing. And then I will skip this part, this line, and carry on. So the building is roughly ending in here. So it's slightly lower than the street light. So it's roughly in here. So you have the podium of this building in this position, and that goes to the perspective vanishing point. And from here I will carry on my frame, and then I will actually cover this part and draw this part of the frame. There won't be anything here, so I will just draw a vertical line. Unfortunately, on this side, you can't use the trick with your finger, so the line will be more wobbly, but that's fine. I already lived in peace with my wobbly lines. I don't bother much to have them. Okay, that's fine. So if you are an artist, what type of artist you are? Are you happy to have wobbly lines in your composition, your drawings, or you are more straight lines person? Let me know. And actually, I will one day launch a survey about this. That'll be fun. And then, yeah, I think it's time to write the title. So this is Vancouver House. So let me just double check the name before ruin my drawing. Vancouver House. Yes, Vancouver House. Is anyone from Canada today? I've got a few friends from Canada, and Vancouver is on the other side. It's very far away. So I don't know the time zone. Probably it's in now it's noon or in no, sorry, it should be in the late afternoon. So Vancouver. Vancouver House. Yeah, that's perfect. It's almost framing the tower as well. And then today is day 4. And today's day is 20th of March. Yeah. And then it's time to frame the top as well. And actually, I will see if this, I will be happy about this one at the end. Probably I will close this, but let's see how is the outcome of the sketch. So turn on. Now let's put some shading. Oh, actually, I will complete the top parts. And then let's add some shading to the tower. So on the top, in here, you have this series of balcony that goes into the perspective point. And I want to highlight the lower part of the balcony because it's key to highlight the shape of the balconies. So it's always good to have this contrast. So when it goes down, the the darker part underneath the balcony would be shorter because it's going to the vanishing point and the angle is steeper and steeper. And I've got the same on the other side. I think it's key to have this to give more contrast and definition. And it's quite funny on this side that you read all the edges of this balcony shape, and it does follow a certain principle. It's almost like a spiral or like a series of lines that go sideways. And I think it's, if I can, I will try to catch this as well. So it's basically a series of steps that goes to the other direction. I will draw a series of vertical lines first, and then let's see if I can catch the rest. I think that's enough. I know it's more than what I draw, but I think for the purpose of the sketch is fine. Okay, and I think in here you start to read a little bit of facade as well. So the glass, where the glass meets the projection, the cantilevering part of this shape, it's important to have. So it's almost like this, and I want to show this contrast and highlight this glass part as well. And on this side as well, I want to give a definition, more definition in here. I think it's key to have this series of vertical lines in here to make this corner like a sharp corner rather than curved corner. Rockman. Hey, nice, nice. Um, so let's turn off as well. Oh gosh. And in here, so where I was in here, yes, I want to draw a little bit more corner in here. So just give the sense of the stepping. I think that should be enough. And yeah, so now I want to add a series of vertical lines to highlight the breaking of these balconies here. It's a very complicated geometry, so obviously we'll simplify this a lot. I don't have even maybe the I don't even want to draw to highlight this shape, but what I want to do is to highlight the breaks between these shapes, like just in a very generic way, just to suggest that there is something in here. It's not a flat facade. I think sometimes just a loose dots and dash line it's enough to suggest a pattern, especially when it is in perspective. So when the balcony turns, it's always nice to have a horizontal line in here and here, and the horizontal lines goes to the vanishing point, so sometimes it's good to have some more breaking line in here. I think roughly suggesting this perspective line is enough. And then sometime you can make the corner darker. You can choose some corner, it doesn't need to be perfect, it can be random. And with this, you can give the idea of the recess of this balcony, like here. I think that's nice. Okay, that's fine. And then let's carry on with the building in the background. I will leave quite vague. And then I will carry on with the horizontal line here as well. And these are lined with the building in front, roughly. So you want to highlight some horizontal line here as well, and vertical breaks between them. Yeah, I think that's enough. Now let's do some detailing of the street. No, actually, before that, we have the bridge as well. But before the bridge, let's do this lovely person in here. I want to draw maybe a female character. What do you guys think? Should I draw a female character or a male character? There is a bit of delay from the actual drawing to the stream, so I will wait maybe 20 seconds before I do the drawing, I do the person. So let me guys know if you want a male or a female character. I will do the bridge first. So the bridge is in here. So I draw the lighting, street lights first. Female would be nice. Thank you very much, Burley Zhang. Yeah, one vote for female. Oh, yeah, there's a lot of entries on Instagram. So Kevin, female, Ben, Dara's male, and female. I think most of people want female, from what I understood. So yeah, I will do the female then. So let me finish the bridge, and then I will carry on with the character. So yeah, so since the character is in front of the bridge, so I will stop the bridge for now, and then let's do the female character. So what I do normally is I do a very curvy hair. Does because I like how, like, I normally do long hair, and you can be quite creative with a hairstyle, but I normally do these type of hairs where everything is very curvy, and it's the strokes should be gentle, and you draw roughly the hair first, and then so I draw some shading underneath the head, basically, to highlight the roundiness of the shape. and then I do a almost like a robe type of cloth. So it's very long coat type of thing. So yeah, here is you can't see much because it's very low in perspective, but I think the what you can see is basically the hair. I think that is enough. You can do like these strokes to almost um, draw the hairs blown by wind, so this gives more life to the character. Oh, yeah, I like drawing females character because of the hair. I love drawing curvy lines and make interesting hairstyle to my figures in the foreground. So the robe is here. So if you have more space for the character, yeah, I normally will draw more details, but this one is fine to stop here. And let's draw the bridge first. What do you guys think about the female character? Is what you thought, or yeah, let me know your comments. The sneaky artist. I've lived close to this building. It's quite interesting. Oh, nice. Have you been on inside? Have you been on top? And do you feel safety when you're walking nearby there? You do you feel safe, or you feel like this building is almost like will fall apart when you walk nearby? Like how do you feel? It's a very unusual building. I think yeah, you need to be a very brave architect and with a very brave um, developer as well. I think yeah, you have to have certain bolts to develop this type of building that defeats the rules of gravity. Yeah, whoever is an architect will understand me. So yeah, I've got the bridge, and then underneath the bridge is pretty dark, so this is perfect for highlighting the head of my character. So everything in here would be dark, so it's I will draw some bolts first, like bubbles, and I will start with the shading here. So like everything, if everything is dark, you can easily highlight the shape of this the head with simply just draw some hatches around it. So let's draw some detail in here as well. So the darker the hatches, the more the contrast you will read in the image, and easier you will distinguish the foreground from the background. Otherwise, when everything is quite bright or has the same tone, I normally give a gap between the element in the foreground and the one in the background. But in this case, you don't need it because the shape, the contrast does all the work for you. So we have another level of dark shading in here. So just draw that. And then there's a series of arches in here. So do, I will fast forward. I will do everything faster now because, yeah, I think the most of the stuff is drawn. So it's easier just to fill the rest of the drawing with details. And maybe one day I will do one challenge where I keep myself within a certain amount of time. So, for example, like do that in 15 minutes and see what the outcome is. I think it will be quite interesting. Let me guys know if you want to see it. So I have got a question from Kevin Ender. I didn't know that Instagram has questions there. I just saw a question mark. So I do have a Montblanc fountain pen. So it's a fountain pen with a medium nib in here with black ink. So if you follow my page, I mainly use fountain pens because I like the way that you draw with ink. It's much more expressive. So I hope I answered your question, Kevin. So let's okay. So got plenty of details here already. So let's draw some shop front here. And I want to draw some people here as well. People walking. And then maybe let me draw something in here maybe. Like a person crossing the street. That'll be nice. Yeah, let me draw maybe here. So a person crossing the street. Ah, yeah, I forgot to put my signature, but that's fine. I will add that now in here. That's why it's important to add the signature first, otherwise you will be carried away with details and you won't have any space for that at the end. And I want to draw some cars in here that goes to the vanishing point. So I don't like this car because it's turning. So I want to turn that into a car that is facing towards the vanishing point. So when I draw a car, I basically draw the shape first, like almost like a soap shape, and then it's key to have the wheels here. So it will be very simplified car. I don't want to spend too much time on the car's details because you want to focus on the building and the scenery and rather than the cars. So I think the key to draw successful cars is to draw the shading on in the wheels and on the ground. I think yeah, that's a successful car. And then I will draw a few cars in the queue. Remember fields, ground floor, the ground plane to be dark, and then another successful car. And the cars are going down, so I think that's fine. We'll leave some details in here. And we'll draw more people in here. And then I will draw some people in here as well. Yeah, my persons here are walking all over the road. They don't respect the traffic rules or by any means, so they are bad. But in my sketches, it's fine. There are no rules for the pedestrians. They are happy to go wherever they want, and they won't be hit by cars. Yeah, that's fine. So, what time is it? Oh God, it's late. Well, are you guys enjoying this session? Do you feel a bit too long? I try to speed up, but in live is very difficult. Actually, it takes me longer, much longer than I thought, because I'm enjoying like talk with you as well, and yeah, it's all about sharing my experience to you guys. So I hope you enjoy this little challenge every day, every 2 days. So the key of in here is that to draw this person going lower and lower in the horizon line. This way you will highlight that the street is going down. I actually here, I forgot about that, and the cars are going to the vanishing point, but the car actually is going down. So yeah, I think it's fine. There is no point to correct this mistake. The next sketch will I will add the next sketch of the Vancouver Tower I will do hopefully in live, like in there. I will pick up this mistake. So that's fine. So let's draw a vertical hatch here. Actually, I want to add some reflection in here. And not to draw this all solid, because that will it's not nice to have a solid feel in your drawing. That's why I add a lot of bubbles. Bubbles solves a lot of problems. It's never too long. Oh, thanks very much, Ed. Glad that you're still there. What time is over there? Like, do you need to work tomorrow? Unfortunately, I need to do. I have work tomorrow, so but it's fine. I always enjoy this. Okay, and yeah, just to remember that this video will be available on my YouTube channel as a video, so you can re watch it anytime you want, and yeah, and you can comment on it as well. I will I will read these comments in the next days. Okay, I want to put some details in front here. Yeah, this is not an easy challenge, because it's very complicated. But it's fun. I like challenges. Therefore, the name is the challenge. Of these challenges, they are difficult, They are not always easy, and I like it because I'm learning as well. And I like draw things I never drawn before because you can always have the opportunity to learn more stuff. That's why I select stuff I've never done before. I learn with you guys, like on the way. Life is all about learning, right? I think it's fine. Now I've got all the stuff I need, and I just need to add a few more details to make everything stand out. Like everything I want, like the heads, is key to draw these heads correctly. I think I run out of ink. Oh, I still have some. Yeah. Yeah, everyone is working tomorrow, I guess. And I think I will maybe push the live session a little bit earlier every day now because it's late for me as well. So yeah, let me see if I can move this a bit earlier, maybe an hour earlier, 7 o'clock. And I don't know what time is 7 o'clock elsewhere in the world, but I think is it should be alright an hour earlier. And okay, so that's fine. Yeah, actually, let me guys know what time if you are happy about the time, and yeah, feel free to let me know. So now the funny bits, shading. I like shading. So draw some dashed line and points. Yeah, it's a bit low in ink. It's a bit scratchy now. Yeah, I think it's fine. Here, I will add some more details. Well, actually, I don't need the image anymore. Then the key is to draw the hair right. And the hair is normally very dark in the bottom, in the lower part. And I think that's enough. Draw a few more heads and person walking. So sometimes for the people are working in the foreground, in the background, I will draw them in black so they are a little bit more visible. Sometimes if they are in white, they're just lost in the background. So I draw them either fully black or with a black trousers to give them a weight inside the composition. I think that's fine. The cars are okay. And what else in here? I give a bit of bubbles in here as well, and on the top as well. This is a tower, so in for towers I always give a bit of bubbles around to highlight. Maybe they have antennas and stuff like that. So bubbles helps to make the top of the building stand out and make the building feel lighter. And then I got some balconies here as well. So you just draw some black lines. And the eyes will read as balconies. You don't need much more details. That's enough. And actually, I'm gonna go with a solid frame because it's a bit weird. Okay. So you read that this is a building. That has its facade. I just draw some horizontal line. I think that's enough. So I've got some trees here and then something in the background. I think it's enough to read it. And actually have some trees in here as well. It's not that close, but I think it would be nice to have some vegetation here. I will draw some. For the composition, I think it will look nice. Okay, so I've got this, and then I think you need a bit more contrast in here. So it's vital to have this contrast in the hair. More you have, the better you will read this person in the foreground. Okay, that's fine. And then I've got some shading in here. Okay, I think it's almost there. It's always key to have this black shadow. Okay, and last thing, I will draw some details in the ground. Like you have some dashed line here. Like traffic lights and I think I will add some shading as well for the street. Because you can highlight the cars a little bit and then also highlight this person in the foreground. You can put some dotted line. and I think it's fine. And then you have some clouds, so I would use some dash line for the clouds. And then I think I will let it dry a little bit. We'll complete the writing in here. With the texture. I'm drawing very fast now. I just want to complete this. Then house. Okay, number 4. 2022. Done. So now I'm gonna add some shading to the sky. Carries on the bottom part as well. And then in here. So actually this line helps to cover the mistake I made early on. I draw this too long to it's on the way. So some dotted lines, always nice to give a bit of shape to the clouds as well. It's like the film grain that you have on dated photographs. Like back in the day, you always have this grain. I like dotted. I like dots in drawings. They make everything blended. Yeah, another little trick that I use. Okay, I think that I'm happy about the drawing, and that concludes the 4th drawings of the challenge and the last drawing of the week. And tomorrow is another week. I will publish the next 4 challenges for next week. And thanks very much for watching, guys. And thank you for staying that late for whoever is watching from UK on Europe. And yeah, you will find this posted on my Instagram page. And the next time I will do a streaming on YouTube and on Instagram as well. So you can guys follow both. But if you want to have more interaction with me when I'm drawing, ask questions. So just follow me on the YouTube on my YouTube channel. So don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel and turn on the bell so you will have the notification when I will be online the next time. And also, guys, keep going with submitting me the locations so I will have more stuff to draw, more locations to draw the next time. Thanks again for watching today, and see you in the next one.